It's Week 8 of the NFL, and we've got the GOAT, Tom Brady. He's coming off a nice week throwing the ball, 4 touchdown throws. It's the Bucs and the Ravens on Thursday night.
We are just a few miles from the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa. Tonight, we begin Week 8 with a good matchup for you here between the Baltimore Ravens and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Brandon Gunn alongside Charles Davis. CD, you look at the Ravens in this matchup. This is one of those games that old school guys dream about.
Absolutely, and count me among those guys because we got the #1 rushing offense in the league taking on the #1 defense in the league. And that, to me, says this is going to be a hard-hitting game that's going to be won in the trenches. Partner, I'm already taped up. Maybe you and I should pad up for this one.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. This one fielded at the 5. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Well, for a little bit we thought his story had concluded, but not to be. Here's Tom Brady in his 23rd NFL season, leading the Bucs offense out once again.
You enjoyed watching that game tape, didn't you?
Yeah,
last week's game.
Good. 4 touchdowns, 1 pick.
Now, you were a little upset about the pick. I didn't know if you would play him this week or not if you were the head coach.
Hey, they got the win.
You got the win, so you got to give him another chance?
Give him another shot.
All right, I think the ratio's pretty good. He'll try to eliminate the interception, but he wants to keep that hot streak going, throwing touchdown passes.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. The rushing numbers for Fournette from last week, 19 carries, 94 yards.
Well, obviously he didn't have a great deal of time between games, having to turn around on a short week and get ready for Thursday night football. But he said in pregame he was feeling pretty good and felt more recovered from last week's contest than he would have expected. Didn't seem to think this short week was going to affect him much as he chases a big performance here in prime time.
Just a gain of a couple there. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now. And here, Charles, is a look at the inactive, some of the guys that are out today due to injury.
Yeah, and this is where the preseason work comes into play for some of those backups. It's not just them getting some experience on the field, but preparing each week in practice as if they were going to play.
Oh, he can't get away, and Brady will go down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. 4th down, so Jake Camarda is out there. Good coverage there holds him to just a 2-yard return following a punt of 44. And the Ravens, they'll take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They're led out by an electric 3rd-year player from the University of Utah, Tyler Huntley.
A 3-year starter at the University of Utah. He got his NFL opportunity as Lamar Jackson's backup in Baltimore, mainly because he possessed similar qualities. Excellent runner, big-time arm, just has to grow in accuracy and avoiding mistakes.
The drive will start with an option going left. It's a gain of 34. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that, and here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
And they're going to move it down to inside the 25.
Let's go now.
To throw, Huntley. He finds Robinson. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Demarcus Robinson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Ravens are on the board first here on the road in Tampa. Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stop it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. Takes it at the 7. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. It was Justin Houston who got him down. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. And this is caught by Evans. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage. And now 3rd and 11 coming up. Backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. Brady's throw on 3rd down there is incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on 3rd down conversions to start this thing. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. And throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. They'll go with the option, coming right. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Huntley to throw. And this goes out wide for Drake.
Personal foul, unnecessary roughness, defense.
A little too much extracurricular there.
When you have a game with a lot of contact, tensions are going to run pretty high. You're going to be emotional, but you have to harness it somehow, and he didn't on that play.
Here's Huntley. This one caught by his tight end, Andrews. The numbers for Andrews last week. 4 catches, 57 yards.
And he was able to get open there, but that's not always easy against this bunch defensively. We are deep enough into the season where numbers count. This is the #1 rated defense in the NFL. He'll have a tough time.
Huntley's throw complete there to Bateman. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd and short, Drake. And he's not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1. 4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Fielded at the 20. A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Leonard Fournette and the rest of the Bucs offense set to take over once more. Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes, steady goes the offense, But you know what else is happening, too? Because they are a team now recognized with the ability to run the football. You've got to be able to throw it better now, right? Better throwing lanes, better opportunities for the guys downfield, maybe more one-on-one coverage, which you should be able to beat easier. Yeah, he's establishing not just a tone, but an identity for his team.
And that's a discussion we had a couple days ago in the team meetings, talking about this running game, opening up the passing game. We'll see if that continues to happen. And Brake, the tight end's got it. And they're going to get this up to midfield. The Bucs at 6-1 now through 7 weeks of the season. And they've certainly found their groove of late. Winners of 5 in a row.
And this team is absolutely playing their best football right now. This is the best that we've seen them play in a long time, partner. Sky's the limit as far as they're concerned. Their confidence really soaring.
And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 36. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now in Tampa Bay. It's the Buccaneers in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. On the draw, here's Bernard. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
And he's going to go down. They get to him back at the 40. Justin Houston make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, he shot in, CD, like he was out of a cannon from that linebacker position. And even though they had a running back in the backfield, no one could stop him.
Well, you certainly diagnosed that play perfectly because as fast as he got into the backfield, you're exactly right. The running back had no shot to get over and try and protect his quarterback, and a sack resulted.
And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens 21. Inside handoff now to Fournette. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
Well, if they continue to run the football this strong, right up the middle, I don't know if they can wait till halftime to make adjustments. They better find a way to get it done series to series. I don't know if they need to sub some guys out, bring in extra people, maybe change what they're doing on the defensive side of the ball. But right now, they're running the ball very well, right at them and right up the middle.
Second down and goal. Brady. The quick slant caught. And in for the Buccaneers, touchdown. Mike Evans, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Bucs are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. Ryan Suckathon for the point after. It's up and good, and we're tied at 7 here in quarter number 2. A 10-play drive that time, and it's Mike Evans who caps it with a touchdown reception. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he returns this to the 22. Ravens offense getting set and ready for this next drive. And they come into this one off the loss over the weekend, but you say if you're going to play a Thursday night game, this is the week to do it.
It certainly is, because you get right back out there. You don't have time to dwell on things. And look, your game plan is going to be a little more limited, but so is theirs. So that's when you just appeal to your top players. Guys, you make plays in this one, we out-execute them, we can walk away with a win.
So after the sack, they'll come up on a still manageable 2nd and 13.
On the option, here's Drake.
Shifts by him at the 25. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he's going to wind up getting this all the way down to the Buccaneers' 27-yard line.
53 yards rushing for him now in his first 2 carries of the ballgame. They run the option here on 1st and 10.
And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2. Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. From the gun, it's Drake. Dances by at the 20.
And he's able to motor his way down to the 16-yard line.
12 yards the pickup there. Good for a Raven first.
This has been a good drive so far. It's been a running game for the most part that's powered them down there. Another nice burst there, picking up a first down. Now it's 1st and 10, as you said, in the red zone.
There's touchdown. Demarcus Robinson. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Ravens have taken the lead. Well, only the 2 catches for him thus far, CD, but both of them have resulted in touchdowns.
And I think he's on the bench right now, Brandon, smiling at his position coach and telling him, all those times you talked to us about efficiency, I'm living it right now.
Tucker with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But hey, let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football.
Now, meanwhile, the throw by Brady knocked away, incomplete.
That's a nice job there, because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties. And he's able to knock that one away.
That throw by Brady, incomplete. So after 3 drives and 3 touchdowns combined between these 2 clubs, finally we get a defensive stop.
Yes, and welcome to the party, defensive players. And glad to have you, because for a while there, it almost felt like it was 11 going downfield on air. Okay, so to be able to have someone come up, make a stop, now we got a football game going.
So here are the Ravens to take over on offense. They fell last week to Cleveland, but they're on top here as they start this drive 1st and 10. They'll start out here with the option left. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19.
He's going to keep this again.
And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield.
That was Carl Nassib working his way through and sticking him behind the line.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen to Drake.
And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
I like the play call coming right after a tackle for a loss, because this is an obvious passing situation. But instead, they fooled them a little bit with the screen, and they wound up getting back what they lost, and then a little bit more.
Steps away to his left. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This will be from 56 yards out. And that is no good. He hit it well from distance, but he couldn't work it back in. But there is a flag down. He might get another shot at this.
And that flag puts them on their heels a little bit more defensively as the officials walk it upfield.
Yeah, and they can blame the officials all they want, but bottom line, it's their own fault, because to me, that was an avoidable call. Stay focused and avoid major mistakes like that.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Kenyon Drake, a 24-yard touchdown.
And the Ravens have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and it's now 21-7. 5 plays there on that drive, and it's capped off by the Baltimore score.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
So out come the Bucs now.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort. The last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And he'll be corralled right around the 34. First down now, but that clock rolling. Up the gut, Fournette finding space at the 40. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 15 more yards there, and quickly another first down. Clock running, the Bucs trying to go quickly and get set. They keep it with Fournette on first down. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
67 yards for him on the ground so far tonight, as he has been terrific in this first half.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to the end zone real fast.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Brady's saying let's go as he'll hustle him to the line.
A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
This is what defensive coaches ask of their defenders every single ball game. Get a hand on every throw in coverage. They want the deflections. They want the knockaways. Pick it yourself if you can, but at least knock it down and guarantee it's incomplete.
Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Already down 2 scores. They're going to go for this rather than settle for 3.
They'll go with a big back Fournette. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. A solid pickup of 5 and a very solid 4th down conversion. And defensively, pure frustration.
So the drive stays alive after the 4th down conversion. 1st and 10 inside the 30. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 19 seconds to go in half number 1. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Brady under pressure, and he'll go down back at the 26-yard line. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. He's going to have the hook up to Gage. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 13-yard line. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Mike Evans in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Buccaneers are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half.
Extra point up and good by Succa. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14.
So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away.
It's a squibber picked up around the 27. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you a stone's throw away across I-4 to Orlando. There standing by is Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach?
All right, guys, thanks very much. We'll get back with you shortly. But first, let's take a look at what's coming up this weekend around the NFL. Some great games coming up this weekend. The first coming over in London. An early start, though, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Time. The Broncos taking on the Jags. Then, later in the afternoon, we highlight that game going on in Houston, where it'll be the Texans taking on the Tennessee Titans. Then on Sunday night, could this be a preview of Super Bowl 57? Green Bay and Buffalo from Highmark Stadium at 8:20 Eastern Time. Next, a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Ravens. And it's been the running game that's pushed them to this lead at halftime. Over 100 yards as a team in those first 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Bucs, there's a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And they'll need to get things in gear as they trail here at the break. Second half straight ahead from Raymond James Stadium. Both teams finishing up their halftime adjustments. So for the call, let's get back over to Tampa and rejoin Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach. Yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. Fielded right around the 8. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Out come the Ravens now. They'll go on offense first here. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
Well, the offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20.
They'll hand it to Drake here on the option.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Back to throw.
Huntley.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Devin White defeating the offensive line and getting to the quarterback. Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's got a man, complete.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Now that one hurts defensively. They forced him into 3rd and long, had the advantage, yet they give up a big play right there.
Yeah, their offense was already warming up on the sideline, ready to come out. So much for that 3 and out. On 1st down, Drake. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
They stay on the ground with Drake. Oh, he's got a little daylight.
86 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you have taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the 2nd half.
Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the 2nd half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
On 2nd down, they'll run with White. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now they'll throw with Brady. Oh, look over the middle, and he's got Perriman. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a 1st down.
A couple of 1st downs right in succession, and this is an offense that can really use a good drive, and they're off to a fast start here.
1st down, here's White. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. Brady gives this to White. He could muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short. A handoff off to Fournette. Just a gain of a couple, but good enough to keep the drive rolling. Throwing now is Brady. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
Complete right side to Otten.
Yeah, this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there. They'll run for it with Fournette. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. Leonard Fournette stopped short of the marker on 4th down. And the Ravens are going to get the football back. They'll start the drive with Drake. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Right back to Drake. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line.
Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal.
And the Bucs are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. Brady and the Bucs now with a 1st and 10
at their own 46.
Brady's throw taken in by Evans here. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40. Fakes the give to Fournette. Now Brady
steps away. Quick hitter here. It's complete.
And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Back now in Tampa. It's Buccaneer football, but they've got work to do. They find themselves behind here to start the 4th quarter. Throwing again on 2nd down. Brady. And this one's incomplete.
Well, that's a defensive coordinator's got to be happy with that result. They took away all options downfield and forced the incompletion.
Brady to throw again.
To Evans on the slant. And he is going to have a Bucs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
And Brady's throw there, incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a 1st down here. Here's Brady to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. And they're going to hurry back to the line now. They fake the handoff. Now Brady on the move. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
So Brady and the Bucs need to work a little magic 3rd and long after that last sack.
And in for the Buccaneers touchdown.
Cade Otten.
A 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Buccaneers have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th.
Extra point put through by Suckum. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So that drive consumes 9 plays all total.
And Cade Otten capped things off with a touchdown grab.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
The offense for the Ravens returns to the field.
I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping Chili on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. Operating from the gun, Huntley. And this one too low. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11.
It's not cool about the gain there on 2nd down. That's a positive play, because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. The Ravens send their punter out now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Taking it about the 36. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the Buccaneer offense will be set up well as they take over. Fournette, a 1st down carry. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll run it again with Fournette. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a 3rd and about 4 for a 1st.
Well, praise has to go to the guys in the offensive line, because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. A shotgun give to Fournette, and he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the 1st down carry. And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6. Here's a give to Fournette. And he's going to be down close to a 1st down at the Ravens' 24. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down.
They'll try to pick this up on the ground with White. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up 4th down.
Now Brady got to have this one. That is caught. It's Perriman.
And he's going to have the Bucs 1st down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
They're able to keep the drive alive. 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. Brady now on 1st down. Jones has it. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings,
and he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown.
Rashad White with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Bucs are an extra point away from tying this game here in the final minutes.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And, partner, we've got a tie game here in the 4th. So right back to square one. Tied at 28 as he kicks it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
The Ravens ready to take over.
We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now. But let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a second down now as they search for a score to break this tie.
To throw, Huntley.
And this is going to be intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it.
And the Buccaneers are going to take possession of the football. Well, we say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the fourth quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Mears used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
His throw caught at about the 5. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. A game-winning field goal would be a chip shot from here. Let's see how they play it on 1st and goal. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. To throw is Brady. Throw left side complete. That's Evans. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Back to throw. Brady to the goal line, but it's incomplete.
And I know they would have loved to have had a touchdown there to give them some cushion. But now, kick the field goal. Get the lead. Let your defense bring you home. Show some faith in those guys on the other side of the ball.
And with that last field goal, that puts him now at 300 made on his career, and that is something to celebrate.
And that puts him in the top 30 all time. So he's really made a mark. And he's got plenty of life left in that leg, that's for sure.
Succop now set to kick it off following the made field goal. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. So the Ravens now down by a field goal. And time, a huge factor. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down.
Here's Huntley.
Good move. They find some open field here.
And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Running for the shotgun with Drake. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
That's complete to his receiver, Bateman. And he's going to be taken down. Plus, there's a penalty flag in the backfield. They may get 15 more on top of this. But Charles, they're trying to protect this lead late. Those are the types of mistakes they could afford to go without.
About the last thing you want to give them is help in completing a comeback, which is exactly what that penalty does.
The give running right, Drake. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 11 seconds remaining in the ball game. And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalpost, and they will tie this game here in the final seconds. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the 4th quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
Brady to throw. Airing this one out for Evans. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. And we've got free football. 4 quarters done, and we're dead even. We'll have overtime after this timeout. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
So it's the Ravens who won the toss. They'll get the football first here in overtime as the kick is away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. And Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. Well, they fought hard to reach this point, Charles, and now what an opportunity. They've got the ball first, a chance to take this overtime win away from the hostile crowd.
And you know, as the quarterback steps into the huddle, the first thing he's telling his team is, remember, we need 6, not 3. So we don't need a good drive. We need a great drive. And this is what they've been planning for. It's time to execute and take it downfield, even against all these odds.
Oh, the option here's Drake.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down.
99 yards rushing now for Drake and a first down.
They'll run the option left. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Beating him there with his legs. 21 yards, first down.
He'll decide to keep this once more.
And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Considering they've seen him have some big gains against him throughout this game, that's got to feel like a measure of revenge as they trap him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss.
Here's Huntley.
Flushed out right. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete.
I know he was trying to get the completion downfield, but the way this game has gone, with a few of the runs he's made along the way, he should have kept the ball and taken it with his feet downfield. That's the big play that shreds the defense. Instead, he thought to himself, I'm a quarterback, I've got to throw it. He bailed out the defense with that incompletion.
Tucker's kick is good, and they have regained the lead. They're able to put 3 on the board here on the opening drive of OT, and now up to their defense to try and see if they can hold this one.
I like how you framed it up, because obviously this game is not over, right? They go down and kick a field goal, then we head to sudden death. But if the defense can hold, take the ball away, turn it over on downs, this game's over.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
Well, it's pretty simple now. They need a field goal out of this drive to extend overtime, or obviously, Charles, a touchdown to win it.
Yeah, I'm taking the defense's perspective on this one, partner, because now they know with a 3-point lead, they can afford to give that up because you just keep playing, right? Overtime gets extended. But if you give up the touchdown, it's game over. So on offense, every play you make, you've got to try and get just a little bit more out of each one in order to try and get to the end zone, because they're going to play everyone back, keep everything in front.
Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. Play action. Now it's Brady. On the left side, a catch by White. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. Now Brady. This is caught by Evans.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Charles, you get into these overtime situations, that's not a bad guy to dial into.
Well, when you have to have plays, especially in a spot as you just described, we're in OT, you've got to go to the guys you can trust and you know are going to make the plays. Well, they say, it's not the X's and the O's, it's the Jimmies and the Joes.
That throw by Brady incomplete. To throw on 2nd and 10. Brady and a dump off to White. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. Well, we just saw shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
And now the Ravens are going to take another timeout. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This to potentially keep this game alive at OT. And he missed it. It's wide to the right and no good. A stunning finish as they will fall by 3 in overtime.
This is always a tricky angle for a right-footed kicker because he's trying to draw it to the center of the uprights, but instead he pushes it to the right, and it's no good.
Well, we were prepping for overtime up here in the booth, partner. Thought for sure we were destined for OT, and then the chip shot field goal, no good. A tough loss.
Oh, without question, because when you're saying prepping, I was locked in. I think you were too. We're going to overtime. I was already gathering my thoughts about, okay, how do we start? What happens with the coin toss? Who's going to play defense first? And I have to admit, I'm in a little bit of shock that he missed that field goal.
I'm absolutely still in shock. Just a tough way to end it. So for Baltimore,
they climb to 6-2 on the year as they close in on the midpoint of this 17-game schedule.
And they'll get a few extra days to savor this one before they take on the New Orleans Saints. Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay, the loss will drop them to 6-2.